Have you ever felt like genuine, lasting change is just so hard? You know, we're always told to just try harder, to be better. But what if the real answer isn't about willpower at all? Today, we're going to explore a totally different path to a righteous life, one that's all about the simple, profound act of seeking God.
And this is the real question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to know what you shouldn't do. It's a whole other thing to get to a place where you genuinely don't want to do it. So where does that deep internal desire to actually turn away from sin come from? How does that shift really happen inside of us?
Well, maybe we've been looking at the whole problem from the wrong angle. See, instead of focusing on the negative, on all the not sinning, the answer really starts with taking on a completely new identity. And that identity is a true seeker. So what in the world does that actually mean?
Okay, so this scripture right here is the foundation for this entire idea. And you have to notice the order of the words. It's absolutely critical. It directly links a blessed or righteous life with the act of seeking God. It's not just two separate good ideas, it's showing us a cause and its effect.
And this is where the big mental shift has to happen for us. We so often treat these as two separate items on our spiritual to-do list, right? Item 1, live righteously. Item 2, seek God. But the whole argument here is that they are totally inseparable. In fact, righteous living is the natural result that flows from seeking God. They're two sides of the same coin.
So a true seeker isn't someone who's just gritting their teeth, white-knuckling their way through every temptation. Not at all. Instead, their righteous life becomes this natural byproduct. It's an overflow of their main focus, which is just seeking God with everything they've got.
That sounds amazing in theory, doesn't it? But does that mean we just decide to seek God and poof, we're perfect? Is it really like flipping a switch? Well, the answer to that is a very, very clear no.
Yeah, it's not instant. It's a journey. It's a gradual process of transformation, what some theologians call sanctification, which is really just a fancy way of saying we're being made more holy over time. The key is the direction you're heading, not arriving at the destination overnight. So how does this process actually play out?
It really seems to break down into 3 logical steps. First, it all starts with our conscious choice to seek Him. Then, as we do that, truth starts to get revealed to us. We begin to see things in a new light. And this new clarity leads to the most important part. Our actual, deep-down desires begin to change from the inside out.
So what does it even mean for our desires to change? It means our internal compass, our want to, it gets fundamentally recalibrated. We stop avoiding sin just because we feel like we're supposed to, and we start to genuinely dislike it. Our tastes actually change. We start to want what's good and develop a real distaste for what isn't.
Now I know this might all sound a little bit daunting. Like, how do we keep this going, especially when we mess up? Well, there's one absolutely crucial piece to this puzzle that holds the entire thing together.
And this is it. This is not a self-help program. That is the key. Any attempt to do this transformation through our own sheer willpower is just destined to fail. The power to truly change doesn't come from us.
The strength, the transformation, the changing of our desires, it's all sourced in God. See, our part is to seek, to just orient ourselves toward Him. His part is to provide that divine power that makes the change real and makes it last.
And this is such an important and really reassuring part of the whole thing. This journey is not about being perfect. We will stumble. It's never a straight line. But the promise is that when we do, God is right there to protect us and to gently guide us back to the path.
So after exploring the question, the process, and the source of power for all this, you can see it really all boils down to one simple, yet incredibly profound foundation for how we live.
And there it is. The focus isn't on fighting sin directly. It's on seeking God. As we draw near to Him, the things that shouldn't be in our lives start to lose their power, and they just naturally begin to fall away. It's all about addition, not just subtraction.
So in the end, the central question isn't really how do I stop sinning? The real question we should be asking is, how do I start seeking? So I'll just leave you with this to think about. What could that very first step of truly seeking God look like for you right now, today?